All right, Shiri, what's been on our mind this week and what do we want to talk about today?
We've been watching all these retirement channels on YouTube and everyone says the same thing: sell everything and hit the road.
Right. And honestly, I used to think the same thing, but that was pretty much the only options. But we think we might have a better way or another way, and we want to talk about that today.
Yeah, we've been thinking about this for years. What it'd be like 6 months away, 6 months at home. But when all these channels that we've been watching, they just say, sell everything and take off.
I think we've realized we don't think we have to do that. We're not mega rich. We are financially stable and secure. And we think that a plan that works is actually keeping a home base. That's what this video is about.
If you're new here, we're not retired yet, but we're trying to figure it out. And hopefully we can retire in 2027. We'll crunch the numbers, put it through the ringer, and just basically test what works and what doesn't work, and just see if it's doable.
We're going to know if can we do this 6 months on and 6 months away, if it's doable. And we don't want to just do doable. We think it actually might be better than full-time travel, especially after a certain age. We're over 55.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a better plan to us.
We think that keeping a home base will enable us to travel a lot more.
Yeah, like when you take a trip and you know you're going to be coming back home, it feels like it's not going to be as stressful to know that there's an actual return time and a return home.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not working out, then just come home. If it's working out and it's going great, well, just stay longer. It's your choice.
Plus, and nobody talks about that, psychologically, it's nice to know that you have a safety net and you have a plan B, that you're not like risking it all and this is not your now forever tempo. There's a reassurance and a little bit less pressure that it's got to be the perfect adventure every time we leave.
Yeah, plus we have family and friends and that we care about a lot. And for us, the question isn't, should we sell everything? It's, how do we travel without leaving behind the life we've already created?
Yeah, we don't want to leave everything behind.
No way.
We realized a home base might actually enable us to travel more.
It just feels better to take longer trips. A month somewhere, 2 months. You can experiment with different places knowing it's not permanent.
Correct.
How do you maintain and cover expenses for your house while you're gone away for months?
That's a question a lot of people ask. We want to cover that. I think we have a solution.
Yeah.
For us, we already have an income stream coming from our home. We rent part of our home, and that actually is something that a lot of people don't think about, and you could do the same. It doesn't have to be Airbnb. It doesn't have to be a VRBO. It could be friends. It could be family. You just rent out part of your home or the whole home. It doesn't have to be a night. It doesn't have to be a weekend. It could be long-term. It's actually probably preferable if it's long-term. That way you vet the persons once. You can meet them before you leave. They have a commitment, and you don't have the in and outs in your house. And the house is not empty, and somebody's in there living in, and you get rental income from it. So we think that's a really good solution for people to consider.
For this scenario, we'd probably use a property manager, but chances are we probably may even just use a neighbor or a contact that we have. We definitely would set up a cleaner every couple of weeks just to come in to make sure it was all tidy and that. And also we'd have a contact just in case there's an emergency, water leak or problems with electric or whatever. It's not magic, it's just a system.
Just like when we do house sits, they have a list of like handymans and stuff like that. So really, that's one thing I think people don't think about. I've actually done this in the past, previous life, before Peter. I had a house in the city and a weekend batch or cottage, depending which part of the world you're in, and downsized from our city home to our weekend home. And when we were taking away, friends were keen to actually rent our place because we were in an area that's really was favorable for weekend getaways. So it might be the same situation for you. You have an area where people are actually happy to come and spend the weekend. So for them, it becomes a weekend rental that they take for a long time. And as long as it covers your overhead, just made sure that covering our electricity, the rates, snow plowing in our case, and stuff like that. And it worked in both scenarios. We were trusting that our house was comfortably maintained or not being
destroyed
or taken advantage of.
Yes, correct.
But either way, it worked out well. It wasn't to make money, but at least it wasn't bleeding money.
Yes.
So that worked out. So that's something to consider a lot of people don't think about.
Lived in. and paid for while you actually are away enjoying your retirement. That's what we want. The house will be secure, it will be maintained, and it will not be bleeding money, which is great for your house insurance, having the house lived in, of course.
Yes, that's something people don't think about, because when the house is empty, your house insurance might actually go up. This whole tempo thing, we really think we are at an age now where we want to enjoy our go-go years. So we want to be able to do this before 65, and this is why we're trying to make this scenario of go home and come back as soon as possible while we still have the means to do it. And we like the rhythm of that opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
The coming back and relax and settling back home and exploring where we're going next when we're home. It's always about dreaming the next part, right?
Absolutely.
So it's funny, when you're traveling, you want to come home, and when you're home, you want to go on the trip.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, we want to explore while we're still in our go-go years and actually can move around and actually do things.
Still,
But we also do want to come back home and settle back in, come back to our favorite places and our routines, like my best fly fishing spots, which unfortunately...
like also for me, coming back to gardening, coming back to hosting. I love cooking a good meal for my friends and family. I love spending time in my garden. So traveling full time would not procure that. So that's also part of it. And that's also something that is on our mind.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another thing that's on our mind as well, and we've not solved that part yet, is relationship-wise. How is it going to be for us to travel for 6 months out of the year? I can't even imagine 12 months. I can actually, but I would imagine that it puts a lot of stress on people. So it's something that's not talked about a lot in those retirement travel channel, is how much of a tension does it create in your couple to travel for many months at a time? And we've not figured that one part, because we all know long trips can be stressful. And we've done this before. We've done 5 weeks together. We do travel well together, but we think that having a return and coming back home will probably relieve some of that tension as you're traveling, because you know it's not going to be forever.
Yeah. Yeah, so the home base is actually protects your sanity and the relationship, and knowing that there's actually an end date.
So here's what we know. We're keeping the house, and we've not got everything figured out about this travel rhythm yet, but we're going to try to figure out what goes with it.
Yeah.
And the money piece, we hope that the rental is going to cover everything. And that's why, if you stay tuned, we do have some experiments coming up where we're going to actually test our budget, or actually put the budget through the ringer and see if it actually pans out on paper before we start doing this.
We're trying to figure it out. That's the whole point of this channel. Now, the real pushback is keeping a home costs money. You've got property taxes, you've got maintenance, you got utilities, even if you're not there, unfortunately.
It does not keep itself. Some people actually think that they have to free up all their capital into like selling everything to free up enough money to travel more. And we think, and we get it, but we think there's another solution as well.
Yeah. For us, we think keeping our home is the best bet.
Please subscribe and follow us along.
And for the record, we're just ordinary folks.
We're not
financial planners. We're not real estate experts. We're just trying to figure it out, and we don't pretend to actually know all the answers.
No.
Definitely not.
So we'll bring you along, and we have a question. Here's what we want to know. Would you like to keep a home base, or would you think you'd prefer to do a clean break and start traveling? We're really curious. Drop a comment so we can read along.
Yeah, it's not what is better, just what feels right for you.
Exactly. Drop a comment.
See you in the next one.